off Michael Garnett, and very impressive save percentage.
It is Lifetime TV production. And we are just underway here. Hotham.
We'll give you just audio at the moment. There we go.
Dumped into the corner, and Bendevoglio goes in on the chase, and Andrew Lord opting for this line of Asselin, Bendevoglio and Ulmer to start the game, which is unusual, and maybe maybe just a little nod in their direction to how well they've done in recent games. Here is Ulmer. Passing forward to Richardson. Rims that one around the boards. Bendevoglio back to Ulmer. Pope throws it in front, looking for Bendevoglio, and is well cut out, and it was possibly a tripping call there, but not called by referee Dean Smith. It's Mike Hicks and Dean Smith, your officials for tonight, as Pope comes over and finds Martin. Martin shoots, and Galbraith makes the save.
The Devils starting with a spring in their step. They're playing with absolute confidence now. Interesting you say the Devils normally going with an energy line to start the game, but when Corey Nielsen submitted his starting lineup, I wonder whether Coach Andrew Law wanted to get Lane Ulmer across to Zach Willems.
Here's Paris. He turns. It's around for Fournier. Fournier can't find a way through, and the Panthers chip it out, but it's been a fast start for the Devils.
The Panthers playing short bench tonight, guys. So you'd expect the Devils to come out fast and come out hitting and try and wear these Panthers down.
Myers to a dad. Strachan, and he fans on that one, but Myers with it. Farina! Galbraith shuts the door. Still with Farina. Farina turns it over again. There's a broken stick causing a bit of mayhem there, but Farina rides it. Batch looking to muscle his way through, and Galbraith covers up.
Well, the noticeable thing in the first couple of minutes of the game, guys, the foot speed of the Devils is far quicker than that of the Panthers, and you suspect maybe that's just because they have a little bit more to play for, and the desire and desperation is greater than the Panthers. The Panthers now, well, their big game of the weekend, you'd suggest, really was last night in front of a packed crowd, their fiercest rivals, and losing 4-0 there would have been a little bit of a body blow. So they'll look to rebound tonight, but certainly right now the Devils have the jump.
Linesman Lee Young not happy with the draw. Requested to retake. And that's come out of the zone. Oh, we'll have a nice call. Go all the way back down, John. What a thrilling 20 seconds of action that was.
It's good to see Josh Batch going to get more and more ice time as he plays his way back from injury, and I think the 5 or 6 games he's played since returning from injury, he's been very, very good and adds a different dynamic to the Devils lineup. He's so big, and I think really now he's got the message. He's got to use that physicality as a power forward. He's going to the dirty areas, he's turning over pucks through his hits, and Andrew Lord is going to trust him with more and more ice time.
Betteridge tries to get a rush going for the Panthers, but comes a cropper, and now they try again. Billingsley manages at the second opportunity to gain possession. Now he'll just ease this into the zone. Reddick to Batch, and now it's a 2-on-1 for the Devils. Batch, and he can't collect the pass. That was a chance for the Devils. Now here's Myers. Myers out in front, it comes off a skate, and Galbraith got a piece of it as well, I think.
Gaz, I think that pass from Batch came a little early. He needed to draw the defenseman a little bit more and slip it into Myers as Myers closed the gap on the net. So perhaps Josh Batch just gave that puck off a little early.
Sauvé has gone in offside, and we'll have a face-off, but we'll take a look, John. I think you called this exactly right first time.
Yeah, he doesn't really force, is it Billingsley or Gagnon there to move? Oh, sorry, it's Sauvé. Well, you know, 1 from 4, I've got to get it right eventually, but I don't think Batch does enough there to really draw Sauvé and could have given Myers more of a path to drive towards that net.
We've seen a real tinkering of the lines here for the Devils early on. Joey Martin's going out there with Morissette and Crowder at the moment, and interesting mix and match going on here. Maybe just trying to freshen things up after the emotions of this week. Here is Martin, lays it for Crowder. Delago for Nottingham, sends it on the boards, rolling as far as Richardson. Delago again. Asselin goes in on the forecheck. Sauvé it is who turns this over now. Ullman, he can't collect it. It is inching its way closer to goal, but Galbraith puts a glove on it.
Guys, you said something interesting to me just before the game started, and as we're going to see a replay of that turnover, Ulmer's chance, but I think there is a good defensive play as Ulmer looks to get the puck to his forehand. He's a little slow in moving it, and David Clark gets back well, but the Panthers have started second best to the Devils, who've got more jump, more foot speed. You sense if the Devils score first, might be a long night for the Panthers. Maybe they might phone this one in, but if the Panthers are able to withstand this early pressure and get something to give them a bit of belief, a bit of confidence, they're obviously going to be a tricky opponent.
Fournier looking for a tip in front and can't find it. Now David Clark to Brown. Brown's pass is cut out by Asselin, who pulls a move, and now the Devils have got another 2-on-1 chance. It's Ulmer and Bendevolio. Ulmer shoots and Galbraith with the pad save. Panthers living dangerously here. That'll be offside as Ulmer was coming back in from inside the zone.
Yeah, Ulmer took the right decision there. I think the defenseman took the passing line in a way very well, so Ulmer had to take that shot on, and Galbraith's positioning was good. That time it was Gagnon, and I think he does a good job of not allowing Ulmer to see any kind of passing lane to Bendevolio, and that's good defensive play by the big number 75.
You would suppose, given the depleted numbers, that Gagnon won't be able to get involved in the physical aspect of the game with the gloves off, certainly as he usually is, which is a great shame for those who enjoy that side of it, as Gagnon has been a real tough cookie in the league this year, and him and Farina have had some real barn burners. Here are the Devils now behind the net. Martin. Haddad. Back to Martin. Strachan. Strachan looking back door, but good assignment there from the Panthers. They're going to have the first penalty of the day here.
Well, I hope that's not the standard for the night, because that was a little bit of a weak one.
Oshantev has gained the zone. His shot is blocked, but the Panthers will go on the power play here with just over 5 minutes played.
Yeah, it is going to be a slashing call, and I don't know, maybe the replay will prove me wrong, but this has been a good, fast game so far, and I thought this was... he flings a stick into the midsection, but I don't think there's really a slashing motion. Yeah, by the book, obviously the referee's got a right to call that, but the last couple of weeks, particularly on Wednesday night, we saw two referees letting the game flow, letting teams sort it out 5-on-5, and at this stage of the season, I think that's what you want from referees, as much as possible, trying to keep 5 men on the ice for both teams.
Farmer. And the Panthers punish the Devils on this power play. We talked about the importance of special teams before the game as Brown lays it for Pellini. Farmer to Pellini, and that's a good stick to deflect that shot. Still alive with Moshantev. He finds Sauvé. Pellini again. Brown. Sauvé. Moshantev, and his pass is a little bit loose, but the pressure remains. Sauvé with a shot, it's there! It's gone straight through. I don't think it got a tip. I just think Bounds is well screened, and the Panthers draw first blood in this one, 1-0.
It's all about the screen, guys. It's a lovely floated shot from Sauvé, and I think it's Jeff Brown who's at the front of the net and really gets good position, takes the eyes away from Bounds, and that's floated through, and Jeff Brown does an awful lot on that goal. I'm not sure whether he gets the deflection or whether it go down to Sauvé, but for me, Brown deserves all the plaudits. Just took Bounds' eyes away, and it was interesting to see on that first power play unit, you don't see Phillips out there, you don't see Delego out there. You see the guys who have been good for the Panthers all season, Brown, Polini, Mokshantev, and those guys got their reward.
They did indeed. We talked about them before the game and said that they were the most impressive of the Panthers players in games here at Ice Arena Wales, and once again they turn up. Asselin, Alma, and the Devils hit back. Bendevolio has the puck in his skates. Now there's another battle. Hotham pulls a move at the blue line. That's a good stick from Betteridge, and the Panthers get out.
The Devils had all the zone time, all the possession, but the Panthers get the first goal, and as we spoke about, it just gives the Panthers a little bit of life, something to cling on to now, and whether this complexion of the game will change.
Haddad tries to dance his way over and can't, and now Asselin finds Fournier. Pither, his first appearance in this building. Just looks to put it on net and is right out in front. Delago was there sniffing around looking for scraps.
See, the thing is, guys, I thought that might have been a call there. I thought the hook went into the gloves of Pither and took away his skating motion, and for me that one could have been a hooking call. Certainly I thought the first call was weak.
Lindhagen, he gets it back, and now the Panthers had a chance. That was a pass on there from Lindhagen if he had seen it to his left, but he couldn't get it there. But if anyone was under any illusion as to the attitude of the Panthers tonight, they've come here to play. Farina now for the Devils. Just going to put that on Galbraith and get a face-off.
So let's break this goal down again in slow motion thanks to the guys in the truck. And yeah, I think Brown, does he redirect that? I think there is a change of direction. I think this is a gorgeous play from Jeff Brown. His positioning is good, but his hand-eye coordination as well. And that's a superb power play goal, and kudos to Jeff Brown. He really worked for that goal.
Strachan dumps that in. Farmer off the boards. Reddick right around the net. Farina, and that's tipped into the netting.
Well, the face-off is going to stay inside the zone. I thought it might have actually been Josh Batch's stick that sent the puck out of play, but as he goes off there, number 54, Tim Billingsley, I've liked him every time I've seen him this season. I think he's a good shutdown defenseman. I think he's a good kind of plus-minus defenseman. He's not, you know, he's not going to be the most dazzling out there, but the former Arizona draft pick always does a very solid job when I've seen him in Ice Arena Wales.
Martin gets his stick on that puck, and now it's all the way up there. It'll be another icing call, and yeah, what do you make of this? A little bit of tinkering with Martin going out with Morissette and Crowder. It's a very different look.
Well, whether Andrew Lord is looking to get Matthew Myers a little bit more ice time, you could certainly argue Matthew Myers has earned his ice time, but maybe Coach Andrew Lord has just got a hunch that going up against his former club, Matthew Myers might be a key to victory tonight. So we'll wait and see if that continues, but certainly it looks like Matthew Myers is taking more ice time tonight.
Gutierrez up the ice, throwing as far as Reddick. Strachan down, has to take it a tip in, so no icing on the play. Morissette can't keep it, so here come the Panthers.
The Devils started very well, Gaz, but that goal has created a bit of a lull in this building now, and the Panthers coming more and more into it.
And right there we see Delago couldn't collect that pass. If he had done it, another chance there for him. Hotham now. Hotham still with it. Forward for Asselin. Lovely pass by Asselin. Now Elmer's got a chance and he flashes it wide.
That's a gorgeous pass by Asselin, Gaz. Source a pass on the backhand side as he was reaching for the puck. I think Lane Olmer's got to hit the net there.
Hotham. Down to Bendevolio. He can't find Hotham, and now the Panthers have a 3-on-2 if they can skate it. Bendevolio's come back, and that's offside. Chance gone for the Panthers, you feel there.
Guys, I'll be interested to see if any Panthers fans, you know, can contact Ice Time and correct me on this, but it seems to me that Corey Nielsen might be sending a little bit of a message. I'm seeing guys like Lakovic, I'm seeing guys like Brown get a lot more ice time and take the main sort of game time, and I think guys like Zach Phillips and Delago, their ice time has been reduced, and I don't know whether that's a reaction to last night, or maybe I'm completely wrong, but it's good to see guys like Lakovic and Farmer and Brown, they're taking the main brunt of these shifts for the Panthers.
Shot comes in, it's tipped, and that's a good pad save from Galbraith. Fournier keeps that going by the boards. Now here's Haddad. Haddad just looking to get through the net, and Galbraith makes the save again, strong in his net.
Has lost his stick though, Gaz. If the Devils can reclaim this, they might look to put a puck on net.
Haddad to Fournier, and Fournier can't get it on net. Martin now. Martin's looking for a shooting lane. Shot comes in, another deflection. This time it doesn't get towards Galbraith. Haddad. Pope. Haddad with a shot. Flash wide, and backhand play by Myers. Can't get it on target.
Perfect example there. Galbraith couldn't swipe the puck away as we've got delayed penalties. He didn't have a stick. Myers on the backhand side of the chance to put it in short side.
Paris finds Farina as the Devils look to go to work. They don't want this whistle really with Galbraith. There's another penalty here. This will be a 5-on-3 for 2 minutes. Fournier with a shot. That one comes off the bar. He was looking for that space above the blocker. Pressure for the Devils. Bendevolio to Paris. Paris shoots. And that one was weak. And the Panthers touch it, but this is actually going to be a 5-on-3 here.
Well, Parrish just caught in two minds there. Thought about loading up, saw the netminder without a stick, and then he thought, maybe I can go cross ice with a slap pass, and it was neither one thing nor the other, and the puck was given up. But as you say, Gaz, it looks like the Devils are going to be in a 5-on-3, a complete 2 minutes of that time, as Jeff Brown communicates with the referees, but well, the door is closed, so we will wait to see.
Is it Farmer with 2 infractions?
Possibly Farmer with 2 infractions. Good spot, Gaz. Certainly both referees put their hands up for separate incidents. So, yeah, it looks like it's going to be 4 minutes on Robert Farmer, 2 consecutive minor penalties.
Morissette's just clarifying here. No, they've gone and got the perpetrator from the bench. So it will be a 5-on-3. Billingsley's looking rather quizzical at the officials on this one.
Well, you suspect Billingsley would be an important penalty killer for the Panthers, so maybe they were just looking to see if somebody else could pay for his crime, but it is Billingsley that goes to the box. We'll wait to see the calls. I think one of them might be a hold in the stick call. We'll wait to see.
Good early out from the Panthers, though. So it's 2 holding calls for Farmer and Billingsley. Martin. Morissette just tips that one. Sierras is going to get there first, but Morissette gets the tip on that one. Now is another foot race. Fournier doesn't get there before Brown, and Alma can't keep it in the zone. It's a good penalty kill so far for the Panthers.
It is, and it's Corey Nielsen doing video analysis. He knows the Devils like that play. They hit the guy coming late, wide on the weak side. Jeff Brown had gone over there, cut Morissette down. That's Nielsen doing his video analysis.
Devils do have possession now, though. Pope tries to load up Fournier. Fournier down to Martin. Martin, Fournier with a bit of room, and he flashes it wide. 1 minute remains on the 5-on-3. Pope down to Morissette. Devils looking to get close to the net. Morissette again. Pope. Pope shoots. Blocked out in front. Here's Martin. 40 seconds left. Martin shoots. Good stick there that time from Betteridge. Martin mishandles. 30 seconds left.
Not a lot of rotation on this from the
Pope!
Devils.
Wide. Martin. Straight across. Can't find Morissette. 15 seconds now. Fournier. Martin. Fournier again. Good block once more, this time from Lindhagen. 5 seconds left. Morissette just tries to put it on pads and it's right underneath, and Morissette collects and the penalty is over. Great kill from the Panthers. The Devils have gone for a change here. Fournier with it. Fournier shoots, blocked. Hotham. Cut out by Sauvé, but he can't get it out. Thrown in on net, deflected, and Galbraith covers up.
Big save there from Galbraith. It was redirected from Bentavolio from the nice pass from Asselin. But Gaz, for me, a couple of things. I don't think the Devils' rotation on that power play was particularly good. I'd like to have seen Fournier, Pope, Martin rotate, interchange a little bit more at the kind of the top of the umbrella position. It was quite easy for the Panthers 3 to stay tight and get in shooting lanes. Also, you look at Galbraith, he's a good positional netminder. He's not giving the Devils a whole lot to shoot at, and the Devils, well, they're missing the net on him.
Once again, the Panthers forwards telegraph that pass there. Clark done a very good job at that, and Hotham doesn't bring the puck with him, and now the Panthers will look to set up an attack of their own. Here's Gagnon with a blast. It's taken a deflection and gone to the boards. Asselin. Richardson. Hotham. And that one takes the deflection off the stick of Delago and goes into the netting.
Panthers doing a good job getting in shooting lanes right now. The Devils continue to have all the puck possession and zone time, and I think Andrew Lord will just be preaching patience like was the case in Milton Keynes last night, when it was in fact the Lightning who went a goal up and the Devils had to regroup and come back, eventually winning that contest 4-1. So for the Devils, they know the chances will continue to come, but maybe just snatching them a little bit at the moment. Galbraith not giving him a lot to shoot at, and it's been a good defensive performance by the Panthers.
Long stretch pass attempt, and there'll be an icing call as Mashantev is very frustrated, I believe with himself maybe for not collecting that pass, but it was a good idea from the Panthers, who have maybe spotted a little vulnerability in the Devils here as they need to push forward. Nottingham, of course, can afford to take these chances. Haddad to Crowder. Farina. Billingsley comes away with it. Here's Mashantev. Feathered pass forward looking for Pelini. Pelini on the backhand is out in front again. Phillips. Now here's Sauvé at the blue line who blasts it. Comes off a leg and goes to the corner. Strachan doesn't get this. Now Mashantev just puts that on bounds.
Gaz, how do you expect from a Russian junior, a guy who's played in the KHL? Mashantev has got a great hockey IQ and a great set of wheels. He's a youngster, but I think the Panthers looked at him at the start of the season as a little bit of a project. He's a guy that they need to keep for the next few years.
Baskerville over. And now he is Sauvé who shoots, and that's just wide. Very similar position to the goal for the Panthers, but now the Devils come forward through Morissette. Finds Paris. Morissette didn't expect that to come to him. I don't think he reacted very late. Now Pope has fanned on it. Markovitz lost his stick in a bizarre turn of events there. I'm not quite sure how he did. Now here's Morissette again. Under pressure from Gagnon early.
Morissette, such an intelligent hockey player. The way he picked up that puck in the neutral zone, drove to the near left-hand side boards and just put the brakes on, saw Paris coming late, and it was a beautiful cross-eye saucer pass to the big defenseman. Unfortunately, Morissette couldn't get the ricochet.
Brown does well to put this in the corner. David Clark will fight for it. He does, but Fournier it is who wins that battle. Now Asselin. But Asselin has his pocket picked.
Pocket pick there from Lindhagen, and the value of that man playing as a defenseman tonight. Such a great skater. Of course, you'd have to be playing SHL games, and Lindhagen is such an underrated player.
Bendevolio looking for Alma, and it goes wide. Richardson rides that hit and finds Bendevolio. Bendevolio just about finds Hotham. Hotham with a blind pass, and it finds a white shirt. Bendevolio again.
Guys, I wonder whether Andrew Lord in the period break might ask the Devils to go a little bit more direct. The Devils are looking to make plays in the offensive zone, looking to score the pretty goal, and maybe coughing up the puck a little more than they'd want. Perhaps they should just go back to Wednesday night's very effective approach of getting the puck on net and then looking for secondary chances.
We're ticking down to the last minute of this one. In this first period, Myers puts it on net this time, and Galbraith covers up. And now there's three Panthers who are unhappy at how close he is. And now Farmer and Farina, and well, they both, imagine having those two as neighbours either side of you. Would be quite something, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I'd probably keep my lawn short because you know, you wouldn't want to upset either of them. But here Myers just looks, waits for Haddad to make the drive to the net, but the defenseman does well, really keeping Haddad largely to the outside, and Galbraith has had a very good first period.
Strachan tried to find Martin, who was impeded on his way through legally, and now the Panthers have a 2-on-1. Polini drugs for McShantev, and the pass was just a little bit too hard. But a great chance for the Panthers to double their lead at the end of this one. Martin with a tip. Galbraith with another save and another. And now Strachan's coming in on Sauvé. Remember, the Panthers don't have a lot of defensemen. And Sauvé with a little dig at the end. Now Gagnon and Strachan have gone before. But the Devils maybe just looking to change the tone of this game somewhat.
Well, I think that was just old school from Strachan and then old school from Gagnon. Sauvé had a little push at Martin, and you don't touch the best player in the league, and Strachan just went in there on Sauvé. I like that response from Strachan. Then I really like the response from Gagnon, who, you know, Sauvé's not a guy who's going to drop the gloves. So if you want to go with someone, go with the toughest guy in the league, and we'll keep an eye on that one. But I just like the old school hockey approach there from both Strachan and Gagnon.
Maybe not the last we've heard of this one.
So, yeah, Strachan, who'd actually been caught out of position and potentially had given away a 2-on-1. He ends up leading the rush. Martin goes in, and Sauvé, not a lot there from Sauvé, but Strachan, you know, I think if you breathe the same air as Joey Martin, you're going to have to watch out for Justin Freena, Tyson Strachan, and Josh Batch. So Strachan just sending a message, and then Gagnon came in to police the situation. No need for any calls, and I kind of like the play from both guys.
Interestingly here, they were taking the face-off out because Strachan joined the melee, but after a bit of discussion, it seems they've done away with that. Martin wins the draw. Richardson. Into the centre, Asselin. He has got White all over him and he manages to get the pass back out to Hotham. Great desire, now there's Benvolio! It's just gone wide off a skate of Asselin in the end. Chance back door maybe, and another save from Galbraith. And now the Panthers, with 9 seconds left, come over with Pither. Finds Brown, and that's blocked, and that'll be it. The clock will hit 0 on this first period. The Devils so close to tying it up there at the end, but they don't. We talked about special teams at the beginning of this game, and we were touting the Devils' power play, but it was the special teams of the Nottingham Panthers that have come to the party. They took the lead with a power play goal. We believe Jeff Brown got the tip in front of. We are about to find out if your prediction is coming true. And it's the Panthers who win the first draw of this second period. Now Farmer comes in over the blue line. Dishes that back to Lakowitz and it's hit the shins of Joey Martin. And the Devils get their first touches of the puck here. Martin mishandles. Farmer again. Farmer shoots, that goes wide.
Guys, I think Robert Farmer, and we speak about him every time he comes to Nottingham, but what a team leader he is for the Panthers. Does a little bit of everything, and it's an offensive threat. Always puts up good points in this league, and I know he sometimes is a little bit maligned from this Cardiff crowd, but I like the role he plays for the Panthers.
And if you're disliked by opposition fans, you're usually doing something correct. Pither to Delago. Delago's shot is deflected up into the netting.
Well, the Devils haven't come out with a whole lot of energy, and the Panthers have gained the zone a couple of times and now forced this offensive zone face-off. So you wonder whether those emotional games the Devils have had, 2 in Belfast, 1 against Sheffield, the as we see Bounds, a little bit of an equipment problem. He's gone to the bench, so we're going to have to delay. You know, the Devils manfully taking that result in Milton Keynes last night, but you got to wonder whether there comes a time where you will run out of adrenaline and the emotion will go a little bit flat, and perhaps the Panthers can sense that and take advantage of it. And this is the sort of game where you do see champions made, where the Devils perhaps struggling for that little bit of energy, a little bit of spark. Can they find a way?
Strachan's pass was looking for Farina, doesn't get there, and well, that's a hybrid offside. Would Morissette have got there first? It would have been very tight.
As the puck went past the hash marks, Lindhagen had body position. I think the linesman has got that right. Yeah, Lindhagen maybe eased up a little bit. Morissette got in front of him, but Lindhagen certainly had the edge as the puck went past the hash mark. So for my money, in terms of hybrid icing, yeah, that was a good call.
Strachan for Fournier. Strachan will just dump this one in and ease it around. Fournier. It's fallen right out in front, it's there! Farina finds the puck out in front of Galbraith and makes no mistake. It's tied, yeah, what a piece.
Well, when the Devils have needed a spark in recent weeks, it's often Justin Farina who comes to the forefront, but it is a bit more of a direct goal. Fournier just puts the puck on net. It's a little bit of pinball hockey, and then Farina corrals that loose puck, and he's actually impeded. There was going to be a delayed penalty. It's a delayed penalty goal, but Farina, as he's fallen, still gets great release, great purchase, great elevation, and it's a 1-1 game, and it was going to be a role player like Justin Farina to kickstart the Devils tonight. He's done just that.
So the Devils tie this one up early in the second. There was a little bit of fortuitous nature about it, as that puck just fell perfectly for him. But he still had work to do. And he finished with aplomb. Now here's Asselin. Asselin turns, tries to get away from Tetlow. Now Alma. Asselin was looking for Bentivoglio in front, but can't find him. Richardson around. To Bentivoglio, and Galbraith with a great save. Well, that goal has not affected the Nottingham Panthers goaltender one bit.
No, Tetlow, I think, is a great prospect. Just caught chasing shadows a little bit. He went, dipped in behind the net. Bentivoglio came a little faint and got front of the net position. Good save.
Farina scores! And just like that, the Cardiff Devils take the lead. And Justin Farina has this team on his back. It's 2-1.
Well, I think it's Billingsley who slips here and gives Farina a little bit more time to get this shot away. And whether Galbraith is expecting a little bit more pace on it or to go upstairs, but the 5 hole's open and Farina finds it from distance. But be interested to see maybe, guys, in the next break of play, can we slow that replay down at all? Because it'd be good to see whether Billingsley's slip really is telling there, because it seemed that Farina, on what was perhaps going to be a 2-on-1 opportunity, it actually became Justin Farina with a free lane going into goal. He shoots early before Galbraith is set. Maybe that's one way you get to this netminder, but in the course of a couple of shifts, Justin Farina has turned this game on his head.
And you have to wonder, John, was Galbraith looking at that slip and wondering how that was going to affect it? Was he really setting himself ready? It was, I think it was telling. I think you'll be proven to be correct when we get another look at that. But the Devils, they would have been saying in the changing room about getting a good start to this one. As Strachan comes over and that's flashed wide. Was Paris, excuse me.
And now, guys, this crowd comes to life, and the Devils, who the first couple of shifts of this second period was flat, but that's why Justin Farina is in Cardiff this season. I think the Devils will freely admit he was the guy meant to replace Andrew Law, the heart and soul player, and what a big couple of goals those could be.
Pope around for Haddad. Pither gets it out of the zone, but Strachan looks to move forward again. Martin can't collect it. Gutierrez gets it out. Reddick up to Pope. Pope just delays and throws this one in behind Galbraith. Haddad. To Martin. Pope, but he couldn't get all of his stick on that. Reddick comes on the back check, and a good stick it was to break up the play. Strachan to Pope. Can't put it on a dad stick. Reddick. Strachan, it's deflected. A good save that was, Galbraith.
The Devils can score goals in bunches, guys. If they get one more here, the Panthers will really be on the ropes.
Of course, you looked at that result in Belfast as well. Now it's a breakaway. Bentivoglio in on Galbraith. That's a great stick check. What a play by Patrick Galbraith. Still the pressure's on though. Asselin's puck goes into Delago. Now it's Bentivoglio again. Bentivoglio did everything right on that play, but Galbraith just read it superbly.
Oh, it's absolutely superb netminding, guys. Bentivoglio thinks he's got more room to make a play. He's trying to go forehand to the backhand, but Galbraith just extends, gets that stick out. He looks a very quality netminder.
Bentivoglio now again. And there's a swagger to the Devils now that wasn't there in the first period. Hotham. Alma's still battling for it. But Pellini tidies up for Panthers. Pellini just looking to get this one in deep. Panthers on a changed it very well, not to interfere with that puck as they were coming off. Martin gets a stick on it, but it breaks for Gutierrez, who finds Shantev, and he's gone back down to Brown. And now this line for the Panthers that's so often impressive is going to work.
Well, it must be a special night, guys. We've got a chance started from block 19, and that's unheard of.
Everyone's in a good mood tonight. Paris in a battle with Brown, but Brown wins it. Martin. He'll just get it out, but this line for the Panthers as Josh Batch turns it over at centre ice with good work. There's actually a penalty on the play here. It's going to be on the Panthers. Holding the stick it'll be. And the Devils will go on the power play.
Well, there's about 7 replays I'd like to see, and that's one of them. Well, first of all, this is Farina's first goal, and under duress. Look at that! Look at that! The way he really digs that right foot into the ice. That's the one with the slip, and then Farina goes in with a clear skating lane and finds the 5 on that slip. But when we get a chance in the second period intermission to see that first goal again, as he's falling, he could do a little bit of damage to a knee, but he really digs his right foot in to get purchase and allow him to elevate the shot.
Shot from Fournier earlier on this power play. Gloved out of the air by Galbraith. Devils will be looking to improve on their power play. Their first, which was a full 2 minutes of 5-on-3, was very well cut out by the Panthers, so they have to find a way to break down this penalty kill. Pope shoots. Ulmer's looking for it, can't find it. Billingsley gets there first. Pope does well. Looks for Martin, but it's cut out, and now it's a 2-on-1 for the Panthers if they can use it. Billingsley shoots, that's deflected up. And it'll be a face-off in the Devils' zone.
Well, the Devils' power play, of course, so good. We've spoken about it. 29.61 coming into the games this weekend, standing in first place. But they did go 0 for 5 in Milton Keynes last night, and it looked a little static, a little stilted on that 5-on-3 earlier. So the Devils will just want to regroup here, and certainly one of the key guys they've had on their power play is Matt Pope, and Todd Kelman loves Matt Pope's approach on the power play. Whatever happens, whoever's in front of him, he just tries to get the puck through to net, and normally that causes some kind of commotion, but the Devils this weekend struggling on their power play.
And Brown does very well at the face-off there to kill some more time. But now Morissette with the puck. Lindhagen right at these for this out in front. Morissette is flashed wide. Morissette again, and again it's wide. Pope. 1 minute and 5 seconds remain on the power play for the Devils. Martin loads up Pope again. Fournier. Martin. Ulmer to Morissette. He fans on it. Pope. Looks for deflection, and it's there! Lane Ulmer is deadly in that area of the ice. He comes up trumps again, and there's daylight for the Devils. It's 3-1.
This is becoming something of a pattern. Pope to Ulmer. Ulmer, the best redirector of a puck. That's indeed a word on the Cardiff Devils roster. And there he just gets a little bit of separation. Pope knows exactly what he's doing. Pope puts all the pace on that puck. All it needs is a redirect from Ulmer. We saw 2 of them on Wednesday night against the Sheffield Steelers, as we got a little bit of discussion here with DeLargo and referee Dean Smith, but we saw 2 from Ulmer on Wednesday night against the Sheffield Steelers. Real things of beauty, and there, what a goal that would be. And the Cardiff Devils have a little bit of separation.
The Devils do get their power play going in this game. Icing's waved off there, as it was a huge effort by Pither. Asselin tries to find Bentavolio again and can't. Pither gets 2 hits, hits the ice, and well, I thought that might have been interference on checking from behind. Take your pick. Dean Smith looked right at it and said no.
Well, based on calls we've had so far tonight, Gaz, I know, I'm a little surprised, put it that way.
Pelini gets away from Crowder. Phillips, tip in front from Pelini that sends it over. Bounces crossbar. Lindhagen. Good response this from the Panthers. Hotham in a battle in front with Phillips and eases it to Richardson. Farmer keeps it in at the blue line. And now Crowder has a little bit of space if he can get there first. He can't. Gagnon does well. Now Farina does have a bit of space in which to skate into. Going to be offside. Farina pulls too many moves at the blue line.
So let's slow down this goal because it really is worth seeing at a slower pace. Oh no, I've been led on by the guys who... Here we go. It was going to go on the big screen. Now it's going on your screens at home. Just... You mentioned it about his goal on Wednesday night against Sheffield, Gaz. Again, if we see that in the second period intermission, you look at Ulmer's eyes. He knows where the puck is the whole time. He knows the play around him, and you know, he's done that a few times before.
Well, Lane Ulmer could probably extend his career by about 10 seasons if he just places himself in that position for the rest of it. Doesn't need to move his skates. That's another chance here. Haddad it was. And it'll be a hand pass as Reddick looked to keep it in at the blue line.
You know, every time we talk about Lane Ulmer in the Q&As with Todd Kelman, he always references his knees. He says, he's a good player. You know, maybe his knees aren't as good as they were. He's a great player, but those knees are going. You know, if I'm 37 in 18 months' time, if I've got knees and can play like Lane Ulmer, I'll be a happy man. At the moment, I find it a struggle getting from bed into the bathroom. So Lane Ulmer, he's my model.
Todd Kelman retired before he was the age that Lane Ulmer is now, didn't he?
He wanted a cushy office job, didn't he? Hockey was too tough for Todd.
Martin eases this one on Galbraith, Delago, but he hits the Devils player. Brown. Reddick to Haddad. Martin. Martin back to Haddad. Aslin had all the time in the world at the back post. That's going to be offside. Aslin didn't get over the blue line before he made that play.
And you get a sense about the Devils at the moment, and again, it's not something tangible you can really point to, but as they did against Sheffield on Wednesday, when they're in a hole at the moment, I think they firmly believe they can get out of it with the depth of scoring they've got, and they can score goals in bunches. And, you know, Devils fans always grudgingly use the Sheffield Steelers as their marker. This is something the Steelers did for years, that, you know, when the chips were down and they needed to get out of a hole, they found ways to do it. And under this ownership, under the coaching of Andrew Lord, this is what the Devils are doing now. They are setting the mark.
Lindhagen. Ulmer. Galbraith gets a stick on it, but it's still live. Bendevolio was looking for Ulmer back door. Fournier can't find a shooting lane. Farmer does excellently to block that. And now Farmer's on the skate and he beats Fournier to it, and that's no easy task. But Fournier recovers. Bendevolio, he has Farina up for support. He doesn't use him, and that's a good stick again from Lindhagen this time. He sets Phillips. Phillips again.
So guys, the only thing about Sean Bendevolio, who I think is an absolute quality hockey player, but when he goes in on a 2-on-1, if you've done your scouting report on him, you know to take away the pass, because he doesn't want to shoot. There's a reluctance to shoot because he is a playmaker. He's an unselfish player, but you can maybe overplay the pass on him, take that little bit of a risk, cheat a little bit, and there we saw the Nottingham defenseman doing a great job.
I'm sure Sean Bendevolio's father's shouting at the screen for him to shoot. Farina over the top of the net. Hotham with it. Richardson. Richardson finds a shooting lane, but that's easy for Galbraith to pluck out of the air.
And this is where we're going to see the characters on the Nottingham Panthers side. And a moment ago we saw Robert Farmer chase down Fournier, show that skating stride. He's going to play 60-minute hockey. I think Brett Pelini is really like Pelini, the Anaheim draft pick. I think he's, you know, what a plus that might be for GP in the summer with Pelini playing. But, you know, can all the Nottingham Panthers players look at themselves and say, yeah, I'm putting in a full shift right now?
Batch couldn't collect that at the blue line. Panthers throw that one into the crease area, but it's bounced back out. Batch gets there first, and Batch is moving forward. Batch tries to dance around Tetlow and can't. Here's a matchup I wouldn't mind seeing. These two big.
Thinking exactly the same thing.
Baskevo in behind. Myers to Batch. Batch gets a little stick in around the midriff, but loses possession. Batch again, he's enjoying a lot of possession on this shift, but he'll take a pew now as the Devils go for a change. Strachan with a long stretch pass, but that's too much of a stretch, and they'll go for an icing call.
6 minutes 51 remaining in the second period. Guys, yeah, you get the impression one more for the Devils might put this game beyond reach of the Panthers, even with the impressive roster the Panthers have. And it's a difficult one for the Panthers right now, and Panthers fans. What a great organization. Neil Black puts the money in every year. Gary Moran fills that arena. Corey Nielsen, I always say, I think one of the most educated and system-based coaches in the league, but not quite sure what's really happened this year, why the wheels have come off.
Is Pelini. There's been no lack of work rate this evening from any Panthers player. They are missing Stevie Lee as well, and he's such an important player for them. As Phillips' shot is deflected over. And the Nottingham legend has this game on tonight, John, an establishment I know that you know very well, I know very well, anyone who's ever been to Nottingham knows very well. Thank you to them for joining us this evening.
I know it less well after drinking with Steve King and family last playoff weekend. I lost about 3 hours in the legend, so but it is a great establishment, and as you rightly say, the Panthers and Devils have been rivals. Well, their first game was back in 1988, and they've been playing each other regularly ever since, and it's a great traditional matchup.
Sauve takes a hit from Farina but finds Clark. Clark now to Pithen. Reddick comes the other way. Reddick around, and well, there's been a bit of back and forth between Bentivoglio and Delago, and both of them may sit for this.
Certainly I saw Bentivoglio get his gloves up there into the face of Delago, so Bentivoglio's a kind of a little ball of hate, and I mean that in the best sense. And let's see what happens. So Bentivoglio lost his stick on the play and gave Delago a little bit of a shove, and Delago didn't like that, and that's just two lightweights thinking they're heavyweights there and swinging it out, kind of like you and me going up here in the commentary box, guys.
So we'll skate 4-on-4 for 2 minutes. As Bentivoglio and Delago get to sit down and think about what they've done. Lindhagen for the Panthers. Bounds will settle this down, backhand for Hotham. Farina. He's looking to get straight to net again. Richardson shoots, and Galbraith saves. Bit of traffic in front of him that time. Had to be sharp.
Yeah, Farina's got jump at the moment and playing very, very well down low, reclaiming those pucks, getting them back to the points. And the Devils have dominated this period, but the Panthers, they're still in it. If they can go into the third period, maybe only 2 goals behind or even reduce the deficit, they still do have the firepower to give the Devils problems and make the Devils nervous, but right now the Devils are in control.
Shot comes in, little tip, takes it wide. Bascovo sends it back to Gagnon, who just looks like a bulldog in his stance there, doesn't he? And the power that he has. And he's skated all the way in to the offensive zone. Lays it off, lovely pass. Gagnon would be a fan favorite in any club, wouldn't he?
Absolutely. You've got to be a tough cookie to come out of that Quebec Major Junior Hockey League with the penalty minutes he had with the tough characters. But he can play as well, and the Nottingham fans love him, and it's always good to have characters like that in the league.
Bounds sends this around as the Panthers maybe had a chance there to move forward. Pope with a long stretch pass to Martin. Martin has Fournier for support. Fournier tries to find Martin with the return and can't. Brown gets a stick on it. Fournier has a bit of room now. Shot comes in, that's great glove save from Galbraith on Morissette.
It is, but just have a look at what Farmer does here. I think his kind of reach in with his stick means Morissette doesn't quite get the purchase he wants to, or Morissette can't get the angle he wants to. Have a look here. Farmer just comes into the play a little bit late there, and I think Morissette maybe wanted to open his body a little bit more, but he couldn't because Farmer had closed that gap. So great play by Fournier and Morissette, but I do think that's a good defensive play by Farmer.
Excellently spotted there, John Donovan. Haddad spins out. Haddad on the backhand, what a goal that is! He shields and protects that puck like Captain America saving the world. And the Devils now have a 3-goal advantage. It's 4-1.
Joey Haddad just doing what Joey Haddad does. The best puck protector in the league, the best forward down low. Maybe the Panthers a little tired right now and they can't stay with him. There is, I think it's Boussières who tried to go with Haddad, but he just didn't have enough gas left in the tank. Haddad so graceful on his edges, so good on the backhand side, slips out into Galbraith, and it's a long way back for the Nottingham Panthers now.
For a few months, the Cardiff Devils had second period slumps. In the last 3 games, they have been throwing the goals on the board in the second periods. And again tonight, 4 of them, as Bendevolio returns and Delago returns. And here is Delago. Nottingham need to get on the board soon. Bounds makes the back blocker save that time. Delago forcing that one. Fournier. Fournier shoots, and that's just past the post. Haddad again. Good block this time. He's in a battle with Pither. And Galbraith will have to put a glove on this one.
So let's see this goal again, because I think it's worth seeing again. And Haddad just gets great body position on Boussières, and I don't know. Farmer a moment ago was so good. I don't know whether he could have got back and closed down and provided a little bit of support, but really that's just a one-on-one battle against Boussières that Haddad wanted more.
Bendevolio. Parrish shoots wide. Sauve. Bendevolio. Strachan has ice near the benches. He'll send this one in. It's taken a deflection and just stopped him behind Galbraith's net. But Sauve once more, as he often is, the calming influence back there to get the Panthers moving forward. Boussières comes over. Crowder to Farina. Farina looking for his hat-trick. Hotham trying to find the shooting lane. Finally does. It's come off the backboards. And Farina was looking to tap it in at the post and he couldn't. Lakowitz. Roshantev twists and turns, but Crowder's there for the Devils. Farina will just feather this one in for a line change. Good stick that was from Jeff Brown.
He's not going to give this game up. A lot of pride, a lot of emotion in that man.
Tip in front, and again it's Brown. He won the initial pack and then put himself in a danger area and forces the save from Bounds. And Jeff Brown, just like Gagnon, John, if he had been put on a Devil shirt, I think we'd sell a few Brown shirts in this arena.
No, I say again, I like a lot of these character players the Panthers have got, the Billinglys, the Gagnons, the Def Browns, the Mokshantsev, and you know, this guy, the new guy, Pither, that we've seen flashes of tonight, that he could be a good pickup for the Panthers, but I think they just need a little bit more from their top end players.
Shot comes in from Billingsley and it's just wide, and there's going to be a penalty on the play here. Nottingham, for the last 1 minute and 8 seconds of this period, will go on the power play. It's Matt Pope who's going to be sitting.
Yeah, we'll see the replay, but to my mind, absolutely a slashing call here. Looked like Pope just couldn't quite get his feet moving, and yeah, the change of direction from Clark, and there's a little bit of a slash across the midsection, and the referee got that call absolutely right. And you know, this is a pivotal moment, a big moment for the Panthers. 1:07 left in this period. Just under a minute of fresh ice in the third period if they don't convert here, but if they do convert before the period break, a 4-2 hockey game, Corey Nielsen is able to give a little bit of jump to his team.
Myers sends this up ice. Clark. Myers again working hard on the penalty kill, and he's going to take some time down. He tried to find Morissette with the pass and couldn't. Pither. Delago. Back to Vaskovo. Good stick from Tyson Strachan, who we talked about the penalty kill at the beginning of the game, John. It's drastically improved since Tyson Strachan joined the club.
Just look how he gives himself time there. He had the puck on his stick. He could have just put it the 100 feet, but no, he gave himself maybe 5-6 more seconds, backed off the Panthers players, and just killed more time off the clock.
Here he is again. This time he has 5 Panthers jerseys around him and can't gain possession, and the Panthers will set up. Here's Phillips. Backhand play there. Lovely move from Brown, and again he throws it in front. But he's beaten by the buzzer as it goes for the second period, and we wondered, could the Devils turn the tide? They came into this period 1 goal down, but very quickly a Justin Farina brace put the Devils in the lead, and then their power play finally struck. Lane Ulmer.
It's been in recent weeks. They take this game now. They've got a 4-1 lead against the depleted Panthers, who, apart from Fry, don't have a whole lot to play for. Really, if the Devils manage this game properly, they will take the 2 points, even though they start this period on the penalty kill. But they can't let complacency creep in, because the one shot from the Panthers, making it a 4-2 game on this power play, and they're right back into it.
And there is 32 seconds of power play time left for Nottingham. Farman. Brown. Pauline. Farmer once more. Matthew Myers cuts that out. He can't get it out of the zone. Solving. He was looking for a tip in front. He doesn't get it. And the penalty has expired. And the Devils return to full strength.
And that's the kind of game management I'm talking about. Myers and Morissette both looked at that puck as it rimmed round the boards and came out. Can we chase this down? Can we potentially get an odd man rush going? No, let's just go to the bench, use the opportunity to get fresh legs on. We've had a hard shift on the penalty kill. That's a good read of the game.
Shot comes in, and Barnes has to be strong at his post, and the rebound can't be put away. Haddad, he loses that puck. Lindhagen to Delago. The Devils recover. Martin, he's got Haddad to his left, and he tried to go it alone, and Pope's shot is blocked by Clark. Shot by Reddick, and Galbraith doesn't keep hold of it. It was right there. And well, we saw a heavy collision as well in behind Galbraith as the Devils race to put that rebound in.
Yeah, Hotham slides in there like a young lad at a wedding who stayed up too late, and just looks to force that puck in with any part of his body. Galbraith, for the first time tonight, doesn't really get the trajectory of the puck, doesn't really know where it is. It's lying behind him, and Hotham from distance, just like the Tempin bowling ball there.
Do you think he made first base?
I think he was safe.
It was a great initial save, but that puck just had a lot of juice on it and found its way trickling through the 5-hole. Galbraith's net is maybe not put back on properly from the initial, because there didn't seem to be anyone in that vicinity.
I guess the Devils hope maybe the Panthers don't bring it to them this third period, that they can see out the game. You referenced it to me in the period break, guys. The Devils play their game in hand that they seem to have had for so long over Belfast. They played on Wednesday night, I believe, against the Guildford Flames, and then a very tough weekend going up to Edinburgh and then Nottingham away in the NIC. So for the Devils, if they can manage the game and conserve a little bit of energy, I think Coach Andrew Lord will be very happy.
Farmer off the boards. Paris sends it forward, but only as far as the blue line. Now it's fallen, and Barnes has to make the save.
Aside from Galbraith, I got to admit, I kind of like Farmer to take home the beers tonight. I think he's been the most noticeable Panther. I've spoken about Lindhagen, I admire him, how he slipped back into defense, but Farmer, he never gives up on a play. He's looked to be aggressive, he's looked to get pucks to the net, and really him and Polini, two British forwards, they kind of lead the charge for the Panthers.
They have been very impressive indeed. As this is going to be an icing call. Give us a little bit of time though. We've got a couple of Ice Time TV first. John, we have two viewers, one of which is in Monaco and one of which is in Peru. I'm not sure what the Ice Hockey League in Peru is like, but that is dedication for a fan to be in Peru watching AS Babylon.
Yeah, when you said it was a first for Ice Time TV, I thought you were going to say we were going to have a compliment, but hello to everyone watching out there, wherever you are, including the guys in the Legend in Nottingham. But Peru and Monaco, well, those might be the two most glamorous places tonight, so we hope you're having a good time.
Tip in front from Morissette. Hit coming in as well. Crowder took a huge collision. Solve making sure he brought the pain on that one. Crowder gives one back. Polini does very well. Put that puck over. But Matt Pope comes in on the defensive duties, but he turns it over. Lindhagen with patience, block a save out. Crowder just protects that puck, and now Haddad. His shot is blocked by Gagnon. Hotham. Gagnon was sniffing around with evil intent there. And he's going for a line change, but maybe he's a little bit hurt there, actually. Johnny didn't look like to have any interest in the puck and has gone and sat straight down on the bench.
Yeah, Joey Haddad put Andrew Hoffman down a little bit of a dark alley there with Gagnon with body position. But I'm not sure whether Gagnon got more of the balls or maybe got a little bit of a knee clip, but yeah, he's hurt.
Astley to Alma. It'll be bad news for the Panthers if they were to lose Gagnon there. They need all the bodies they can as they look to build for the playoffs, and hopefully he'll be back on in this game. Bentivoglio. Bentivoglio again gets a stick to try and keep it in the zone, but he can't. Picks up the loose puck this time though, and he tried to find Alma. Could he have shot again? Bentivoglio was a lovely idea. And if that pass had come off, it would have been a thing of beauty. Good stick from a dad. Myers can't get the puck in deep as it's cut out.
To answer your question, guys, yes, Bentivoglio could have shot. Indeed, he should have shot, but you've just got to love how unselfish that guy is. Always heads up hockey, looking for his teammate, particularly Lane Alma. As we'll go back and see what we can see here in terms of Gagnon getting injured. Haddad, as I say, kind of put Hotham down it's a twist at the end, and I wonder whether he actually gets more of the balls and he gets a Hotham with that left knee.
It's right on the stanchion. It's where a door is, actually. Looking at it here, so that it's not as even as the rest of the board. So I wonder whether he's just caught a nasty edge on there. And well, he is back on the ice now, so that is good news. And here he is. Lindhagen with the drive. Fellini, Brown, and Bounds has to make the save. Lindhagen, Betteridge. Gagnon. Shot wide. Batch has a little bit of time here for the Devils. Does just creep it out of the zone.
The Devils been a little bit lax at the moment clearing their zone. We saw Batch there, Haddad a few moments ago. So whilst the Devils are in control, they don't want to give the Panthers life through an unforced error that might result in a turnover and a goal.
Crowder. Shot from Morissette, save from Galbraith. Morissette could have had a hat-trick tonight. He's had a few big chances. That's offside. It was a 3-on-2 developing for Nottingham. And Pithijic bangs his stick on the ice in frustration.
Guys, I am going to be a little bit controversial, and I apologise in advance if I offend, but I just think that the Nottingham fan base and Neil Black deserve a little bit more from this. Every year, Neil Black puts resources in. The fans turn up. You know, Gary Moran does that good marketing job. They get the biggest crowds, average crowds every year, and I don't know, they've got that one league title aside, and Corey Nielsen has won Challenge Cups and playoffs, but I still think that organisation deserves better than it gets. They don't get value for money for me.
Billingsley. Shantiv loses possession, and Morissette has been out for a while. Will send it down for a line change. Solving. Hope with a nudge. Great work there from Joey Martin. He just always seems to have all the time in the world to do what he wants with the pack, as all the great players do. As that shot comes in, Pope was sniffing around for the rebound. Pope for Haddad. Martin. Strachan with a shot, and his dad just waiting for any loose pack, but Galbraith does very well to keep that one dead.
We'll see a replay of this shot. As you suspect, as this period wears on, we'll see guys like Strachan taking more ice time, and maybe Joey Martin and Andrew Hotham will see more of the bench as Haddad and Pope go to the net there. But I suspect guys like Crowder, Myers, their minutes might pick up in the last 10 minutes to allow players like Joey Martin taking this face off. I wonder whether his shifts will be reduced going into the last 10 minutes of the game.
Haddad lays it for Martin. Shot comes in, another good pad save through traffic. Galbraith, to say that he shipped 4 goals has been very good. Reddick just trying to find some more space, but he couldn't. Lindhagen sends this one up ice.
Yeah, I could hear Farmer from here, Gaz. He wanted that puck earlier. He was looking to make a break. He's finishing a hit there. I know, I've spoken about him all night. I'm not the honorary president of his fan club, I promise, but I do like him as a character guy.
You're the president.
I am president, yes. The membership badges are really good.
Address and payment methods at the end of the show. Paris almost takes Dean Smith's head off there. As another pad save from Galbraith. Good from Tetlow there to get his body in front. And when you're in a bad season, John, sometimes it's the guys who gain the opportunity, such as Tetlow, the bright spots.
I really like Tetlow. No, I think you're absolutely right. I've seen him a couple of times with Bracknell. He's a big body, but he also skates well. He can handle himself. I've seen him win a couple of fights, but he's earned his ice time. He's earned his trust from Corey Nielsen. And he's playing more and more minutes. And, you know, you like to think this is a guy that could be with the Panthers organization for 10, 15 years. But you're absolutely right, Gaz. Maybe in a season of not a great deal of highs from the Panthers, apart from that early Champions Hockey League success, Tetlow could come out as a real bonus for them if they can start to build their defense around him for years to come.
Corey Nielsen has always been very good at giving British talent a chance and nurturing British talent, and it continues this year as Batch and Tetlow there were going hammer and tongs right in front.
I'm getting very old, Gaz. My memory escapes me. Who was the gentleman, the player for the Panthers, the British defenseman who retired? Was it this summer for career opportunities? British guy, did they pick up from Basingstoke? I want to say Zach Sullivan, but I think he's playing up in, was it Sam Oakley? Sam Oakley. Yeah, he was a very good prospect too, and as you rightly say, Corey Nielsen gave him a lot of ice time and developed him, and it was a shame for the British game at the top level to lose him. I thought he was a very good defenseman.
We've seen Betteridge tonight as well take on extended ice, and it's great to see a Sauve's passes stopped by Hotham. Batch puts it on net. Jess flashes in front of the crease. Matthew Myers. Hotham. Backdoor, it's there! And it is the hat-trick completed as Hotham picks the puck up and gives it to his teammate. Justin Farina has a hat-trick here at Ice Arena. The Devils.
Well, I think we know who's getting the beers for the Devils, and Todd Kelman wants more hats on the ice. But Farina does really well. It's a half volley finish. Hotham is a nice source of pass, but it has to be a source of pass in order to get it over the Nottingham defenseman's stick and the pad of Galbraith. But it's really good hand-eye coordination from Farina on the half volley, gets a good connection on it. Galbraith gets a little bit of his body to it, but can't jam it in between armpit and forearm. It goes in the net, and Justin Farina gets the goal, the hat-trick goal his performance so richly deserves.
We touched on it in the last period, but Justin Farina is a player who's now very comfortable in a Cardiff Devils uniform, in Cardiff Devils skin. A man so synonymous with the Dundee Stars, the standout player for a number of seasons, as Morissette puts it on Galbraith, it's loose and it's there! The rebound's put away! Devils are rampant, it's 6-1.
Well, it's a turn for the Nottingham Panthers team, and initially Morissette perhaps takes too long over the shot and doesn't realise there's a Panthers defenseman behind him, but he's still able to get decent purchase, as we're going to see a net mining change here with Garnett going in, but Morissette puts it on net. It's a good pad save from Galbraith, but Crowder, as he so often does, as he did on Wednesday night against the Sheffield Steelers so crucially at the start of the third period, picks up the bits and pieces and makes it a 6-1 game. And we're going to see a double net mining change. It's good to see Tom Murdy is going to come in relief of Ben Barnes for the Cardiff Devils, get 9 minutes of ice time. And Michael Garnett, the former Atlanta draft pick, the KHL superstar, he's going to come in relief of Patrick Galbraith, who's maybe been chased by the Devils, but I got to say, I thought he was a strong performer for the Panthers tonight, Gaz.
Well, Mike Garnett was playing for Memphis last season. He wasn't playing when they came down here at the beginning of that season in Cardiff. It was Danny Taylor, the former NHL goaltender. So you know the standards you have to be to have played for that KHL team that year. So it's quite amazing the depth in goaltending talent that Nottingham have, but you can only do so much in there. And for the first time, really, the Devils started getting closer to Galbraith, and that's where the goals started to come. Crowder's starting to look more like he was pre-injury in recent games.
Again, really, I'm not ragging on the Panthers because I think they're a great organisation, but because of how they treat their players, which is fantastic, the support they get from their fan base, a filled arena, they're looked after and things like that. I know they're short bench, but a team with this resume, what is it? 1 goal this weekend, 1 goal in almost 6 periods of ice hockey. The role players are doing their jobs. The top end players have got to come to the party more.
And I have to say that the bench does look very flat, and it has looked a little bit flat tonight. There's not as much animation there as maybe we're used to. But I think you're exactly right. There is a lot of talent in this Panthers roster, but maybe players who are playing above their talent shouldn't be having to. Reddick, Haddad, Batch, Pope does well to get it back to the blue line. Straka with a blast, and Haddad was sniffing around. Almost broke to Josh Batch, but Farmer it was who did well to clear his lines. Pope, backhand play, and it's still loose at the side of the net. Haddad wide. Constant pressure from the Devils here. But it breaks for Pither. Harris around the boards. Ulmer could put it into the path of Bentavolio. Federich throws that puck into the to the leg of Paris. A little bit of discomfort there.
Yeah, Paris, Betteridge, another player who's been working hard, as we see a replay here. Farina just, that one-time finish, just gets enough on the puck. And then Morissette doesn't realize, I think, is it Gagnon coming from behind him? Almost does enough, but Morissette just gets a bit of puck luck, stays with it, puts it on net. And Crowder just, on that occasion, wants that puck a little bit more than Farmer, gets body position and tips it home.
Delago. Gagnon at the blue line now. Battle between Reddick and Delago, and Reddick wins. That one will just be put in for a line change. Bendevoglio, though, wins that battle. Farina again, he scores! Well, if there was any doubt as to who the man of the match would be, that's put it to bed. Justin Farina has tormented the Panthers, and the Cardiff Devils are 7-1 up.
Yeah, Justin Farina is just on a goal tear right now. Gagnon, unfortunately, just out of steam, worked very hard tonight. Bendevoglio does great, turning that puck over, gives it to Farina, jumping off the bench. Farina, it's the quick release. Again, it's not necessarily the greatest contact in the world he gets, but the quick release for Garnett is set, and he's just scoring goals for fun. And Cardiff Devils certainly have a new hero in Justin Farina. It's go along guys like Brad Voth, like Ivan Machulik, like Stephen Cooper, Ian Cooper, guys who play with heart, tenacity, and can also score goals. Justin Farina, what a hero he's becoming in Cardiff.
Yeah, you reeled off those list of names there, John, and they're probably the names that people would associate with Devils hockey, the brand that people love, as the Panthers now is sniffing around the net. And Farina's song is ringing out around Ice Arena Wales as dad has to just send this one down ice for the icing call. It is a Devils brand of hockey, isn't it, John? And he just sums up the type of person, the type of player that these fans love.
And again, it's a good release. It's not a great release, but because it's so quick, and that's what Farina does so well. He gets his shot off quickly. Garnett isn't set, and you start to notice more and more that's how Farina scores his goals. He just puts puck to the net very quickly.
Well, it's been value for money in Ice Arena Wales ticket. That's 14 goals in the last 2 games here.
And I've only ruined 10 of them, guys.
I'll give you 9. And for any Nottingham fans who thought tonight was a total bust, there's a shot comes in from Batch. Flames won 4-2 against the Sheffield Steelers. So as rivals there, I'm sure they'll...
I wonder how many power plays in that game, guys?
We don't have that stat, but half as many for Guildford as they were for Sheffield, but that's just an early estimate. This now you would think. Alma, chance, and it's gone through. Garnett. Fournier. Breakaway chance for Bendevoglio. It's offside.
Yeah, Bendevoglio can't quite buy a goal tonight. He's been unselfish. He's passed off there. He got a little flick at a broken play, and it went through the legs of Garnett, but just wide. But Bendevoglio has been immense again, along with Lane Ulmer. When the season starts going down the stretch, those two veterans, friends who have played together for so long, they really bring their A game, and just the depth this Cardiff Devils team has is astounding.
And with the result in Belfast, Manchester winning that game, the Devils extend their lead at the top of the table now to 9 points. It could be 11 at the end of Wednesday's game, but as we've seen tonight, Guildford, as a shot comes in, it's blocked in front of Murdy. This will be a penalty here. Alma got his stick in by the legs and they'll be tripping. But Johnny, could be an 11-point gap if the Devils win their game in hand, and that's a huge advantage at this stage of the season.
It is. It's, as you rightly say, it's not a big if, but it is a very hard place to go, the spectrum. The Devils have had huge problems there this year. But let's say the Devils close out that game, and on Thursday morning, the Devils are sitting 11 points clear at the top of the table. We're halfway through February. The finishing line is in sight. The Belfast Giants are a great organisation. They've also got, I believe, 3 games left against the Cardiff Devils, but they're going to be in a position where they really have to win all 3 of those, and their margin for error just keeps getting smaller and smaller. And you know, the Cardiff Devils team right now just look like a team who know how to win, know how to close out big games. It's been a journey under Andrew Lord. It culminated in the league trophy last year. It's always hard to defend your trophy. The Devils maybe started off a little sluggish with their Champions Hockey League campaign, but they're motoring now.
Pither gets in on Murdy, chance there, and it's put away by Phillips. It's a second power play goal of the evening for Nottingham, and it's 7-2 here.
Just as everyone calms down and the pace slows, the Panthers do a good job driving inside position. I think it's Pither who gives it down low to Lago, who I think earlier in the game maybe Richardson and Paris would have been more on top of that, not allowing him to get such a lane to the net. And as the puck runs loose, it's Phillips who, again, has been largely anonymous, but he picks up a goal. But unfortunately for the Panthers, she suspects too little too late.
Batch just a short little pass to Strachan, and Batch collects the puck again, and he'll look to go into the corner. He stops. Lakowicz comes in and takes the puck from him. Lakowicz is dancing all the way through.
That's a hooking call, and
shot comes in. Lindhagen at the blue line. And Strachan will touch this, and 2:35 left in the third period, 2 minutes of which will be power play time.
Yeah, Lakovic deserves to draw that penalty because he just kept working, kept his feet going. I was wondering whether in kind of the context of where the game is, with only 2 minutes 35 left on the game clock, do you maybe just let that run and allow both teams to get their weekends over and done with? But no, in the spirit of things, Lakovic, who's again been another role player who's worked very hard tonight, he deserves to draw that penalty.
Can the Panthers strike again? Pither, Billingsley to Phillips, who's just scored one, of course. Devils can't get that one out. Pither. Straight across, looking for Phillips once more, and he fans on it. Great work by Billingsley. Pither. Lago. 1 minute and 10 left on the power play.
Pither looks like he's got good hands, Gaz.
Straight out, Phillips looking to pick up the scraps again. He can't, and Murdy covers up.
Particularly on the power play, I think out of the 2 recent additions, certainly Pither has caught the eye more, and you know, he does look like he can make a play. He does look like he can play make. He's got some good hands, maybe when he gets his skating legs a little bit more. So, of course, there's always going to be hope for the Nottingham Panthers. With the resumes most of these players have got, if they kick back into life, they will be a match for anyone come the playoffs. But right now, they need to find life.
Lakowicz to Brown, and Brown was looking to put that on the backhand and force that puck through. Fellini, his shot is blocked. Fellini again. Harris does well to separate man from puck, and it's shot into the benches. 30 seconds left on the power play.
Brian Parker won't be happy with that. I think it hit Joey Martin in the back. The rest of the league can't catch Joey Martin, so the Devils' own teammates decide to try and catch him there as he's looking to check that one off.
Pretty sure Brian Parker's taken out personal insurance on the body of Joey Martin so that in the event of injury he can be rebuilt, not unlike the $6 million man. Sauve, his shot's wide. Brown was sniffing at that post again. Finishes his hit on Crowder. Sauve shoots and it's trickled through Murdy. And with 1 second left on the power play, the Panthers get another on the board here late. It's 7-3.
Yeah, unfortunate for Thomas Murdy getting some ice time tonight. We know what a quality netminder he is, but maybe one he'd want back. Sauve just steps in, and Murdy can see that, and he gets his pad there, but doesn't quite get enough behind it to stop the puck, and it trickles in over the line. And a little bit more respectability to this score, the Panthers. Credit to them. They've kept going to the end. They've scored now 2 power play goals in the last minute and a half or so, but ultimately it will be the Devils who take 2 very important points towards retaining their league title.
Yeah, it's been a week of magnificent comebacks, but this one would be beyond any other. It's not going to happen as Haddad keeps possession, loses it, but it's going to trickle down the time, and the Devils were in trouble at the end of the first period in this one, but they just moved up the gears. Justin Farina will take home the Man of the Match award tonight. 4 goals in a 7-3 victory. More importantly, in looking at the bigger picture, the Devils now open up a 9-point gap at the top of the Elite League table in their quest to achieve a repeat.
Oh, you're absolutely right, Gaz. And in terms of that bigger picture you referred to, it wasn't just that Farina scored 4 goals, but those 2 goals at the start of the second period when the Devils, they were 1-0 down. They weren't in a slump, certainly. They had more puck possession, they had a lot of ozone time, but the Panthers had something to cling on to and were defending very well, and Galbraith was giving them a platform. It was Farina who really just said to the rest of his team, as you said in commentary at the time, Gaz, I'm going to put this team on my back, I'm going to get the bench going, I'm going to get the crowd going, and scored 2 very, very big goals. He went on to get 4. It's not Heineken League days anymore, so 4 goals in Elite League hockey, that's quite an achievement. But the Cardiff Devils do this by committee, they do this as a team, and really what an outstanding week in the history of the Cardiff Devils. A big weekend in Belfast, splitting the series, the comeback against the Sheffield Steelers, and 2 against the Milton Keynes Lightning and the Nottingham Panthers. You'd have to be a brave man to bet against the Cardiff Devils retaining their league title and doing the repeat.
And in peripheral Cardiff Devils news, Cardiff Devils former goaltender and Wembley hero Jeff Smith got his funding for his project, his Big Moose Coffee Company, that's going to work with the homeless community in Cardiff to get them back on their feet. So if Jeff is watching, well done to him and his family in that project. It's going to be magnificent, and in such a good news week for the Devils, that sits there as well. So he's a partner of Ice Time TV as well, a big supporter, as Jan Sauve gets the Man of the Match award for Nottingham, John.
Yeah, and you know, scored a couple of goals tonight, looked to move the puck well. He's a quality skater, as we know. You know, he's been asked to play a lot of minutes at the moment. Maybe the Panthers gave their heart and soul to that game last night, and the tank was a little empty tonight, but I would say certainly that was a team that kept battling to the end. You know, I've talked about it all night. There's players on that team there that I admire. There's players on that team I think need to do a lot more, but Corey Nielsen's just got to find a way to bring his group back together. If he does, you never bet against the Nottingham Panthers for the playoffs, but right now they're just at a little bit of a low ebb.
Who would be your Man of the Match choice? The Devils, John. I wonder if you'll agree with Todd Kelman this week.
Yeah, it might be one that both Todd and myself agree on, and hey, why not give it to Farina? Give the boy a chance, eh, guys? In all seriousness, though, guys, when you think about how we've talked about Andrew Lord, the player, over the last 3.5 years, for the man who, not a direct replacement, but I don't think it's a secret that certainly Farina was going to be asked to bring the spirit, the tenacity, the leadership on the ice that Andrew Lord so often brought to this Cardiff Devils team when they needed it. Tough shoes to fill, but right now Justin Farina, Andrew Lord version 2.0 is doing a sterling job.
So we await the official announcement of the Man of the Match award. Todd Kelman allows the Ice Arena Wales crowd to lead the chorus. The song goes up loud and proud. It's been a fantastic week, John, as you said, for Cardiff Devils hockey. Your final words before we allow Ben Bounds and Tom Murdy to lead us in celebration.
My final words, we'll see the highlights of the goals before the Bounds wave, but we'll let you maybe enjoy those in splendid silence. But for me, Gaz, my closing words, unless the Cardiff Devils beat themselves and